Welcome to In the Name of the Cosmos. My name is Siri Prakash. I'm a Vedic astrologer, and in today's video we're going to examine the new moon cycle occurring on November 23rd in the sidereal sign of Scorpio. Now this new moon cycle I'm very excited about. I'm very inspired with. And I know that sounds contrary to what we've heard about the moon being debilitated in the sign of Scorpio, and that it's the natural 8th house. But there's a lot of light, a lot of hope, and a lot of wisdom that's being deposited into the moon and into this cycle. Now we've finished up the eclipses for 2022. So on the 25th, we had the solar eclipse that was all about the relationship values that we have, what we're bringing into relationships, what we're extracting from relationships, what we want to change in our relationships, what are we desiring from our relationships, what we want to create within our relationships, not just with partners, wives, husbands, and children, but also our relationship to our experience on earth, our relationship to our values and what are important to us. And then we had this very intense lunar eclipse that was about what we're saying yes to. What is it that we are saying yes to? What are the contracts that we are making with ourselves and with others? And now through this cycle of the moon on the 23rd, it's going through this state of where we're climbing the stalk of the lotus to have the conversation with creation. So we're coming through that depth and that darkness. We've already gone through it. And now there's a ray of hope of, I see the light and I know the conversation that I want to have with creation. You know, it's like Brahma, when he had to go through his birthing, where he was down in the darkness and the depths, and then he had to climb the lotus stalk to sit on the lotus to even have the conversation with Vishnu, to have the conversation with divine, right? And this is a lot that the new moon cycle is actually teaching us and showing us, is this climbing up that ladder, that stalk of the lotus, to sit on it and then start to create. You know, the moon, it's our perceptive lens. It's all that we experience, right? So when our eyes open in the morning, we start to create our reality. So how we've primed ourselves, not only through what we consume with people, what we consume as entertainment, what we consume as wisdom and as knowledge, what we consume in our conversations with others. This helps to deposit us and inform us, and that's the reality that we start to form, right? We also have karmas that come into our reality, but we have a choice how we interact with those karmas. And through this eclipse cycle that we had on the 25th, and on the 8th, now it starts to bring that light of what we want to create, the things that we want to do, how we want to come through in 2023. So this light of hope of like, thank God, now I understand. I understand clearly what I want to actually commune with creation. I'm going to inform my lens of my moon to start to create something new. That which gives me a contract with the self, Mercury, right? So the moon, it is our lens of how we perceive and experience. It's our emotional intelligence. And then Mercury is the contract we make with ourselves. Mercury also rules our nervous system. So there's a bit of a calming of, I understand, I see, I create, right? Venus is the planet that wants us to make a good deal for ourselves. It's really interested. It's on the hunt of a good deal for ourselves. You know, there's a stellium of planets. So we have the Mercury, we have Venus, and we have the Sun, we have the new moon. And here, you know, it's having this intensity in all of our charts. So you must look at where this sign of Scorpio is sitting for you and see, okay, where is the conversation with creation? What is the conversation that I want to have with creation, that I want to prepare and have? So it's like when you're going in to have a conversation with a teacher or a counselor, you know, what is it that you want to start to bring into this manifested reality that we call planet Earth and in this physical form? So I invite you to think about it in this way and see that you are getting wisdom also from the divine and from your guides through the aspect of Jupiter. Jupiter is helping to inform your moon. Look at the light that's coming. Focus on the light that's coming and keep climbing up that stalk of the lotus to actually sit and start to create something new, right? So this nakshatra that the new moon is occurring under is Anuradha. And it's often referred to as being ruled by Saturn. But it's ruled by Saturn when we look at the dasha, if that's the dasha that you're running in. But in the truth is that it's ruled by Mitra, you know, the friend. And it's known as the star of success. You see a lot of people who are counselors, even astrologers, have prominent Anuradha because it's this place of where secrets are unfolded and told. So there's this part where within the moon, where Anuradha is communing through our lens of allowing the secret of your heart to come out. Allow that secret of your heart to come out and reveal itself. Allow that lotus flower to blossom and share with you what's really in your heart that you want creation to receive, right? So I want you to think about how in this cycle you can, you know, set some new standards for yourself of what you want, especially as 2023 is really coming for us in a matter, by the new moon, it will be less than 40 days. You know, that we'll start to hit that year of the 7, right? Which is the year of the 7 is ruled by Ketu and the moon, right? So, and that's not something to be afraid of either. And I'll talk about that in another video, but really start to see, okay, what are the things that I want to bring out, you know, and maybe just choose 3. You know, I like to work in 3s. There's magic numbers of 3, 6, and 9. Some of my mystic friends who are watching with me will also understand this. So with this cycle of the new moon, I would invite you to really write 3 things down that you want to achieve in 2023. Because here, when we have this light and this wisdom from Jupiter, and we have this push from Mars, or even though it's not so confident, it's giving a lot of energetic impulse to start, right? So that dance starts. And it starts to give it to Mercury, the moon, and Venus. But Jupiter is helping to interfere, or not interfere, more influence to give hope and give upliftment. Write 3 things down, the things you want to achieve. Look at it 6 times a day and repeat it 9 times a day. These are mystical, magical numbers, right? So write 3 things down, repeat it, look at it 6 times and repeat it 9 times a day, right? And then see how these things start to manifest in this new moon cycle. I'm very inspired with this new moon. I think that this wisdom and this communion with Jupiter to it, through my personal experience, I want to gain the benefit of wisdom. And I invite you to do the same. Don't look at things through the lens of fear. Look at it through the action of Mars that energizes you. You know, how the dance of Shiva is going through your cells every single day. How that is allowing it to be transformed all the time. You are able to shift your narrative. You are able to change your experience. The cosmos and the planets and these divine entities that are expressing through us want you to succeed. We came to this planet to succeed. We didn't come here to suffer. The suffering only occurs when we think we are separate. And the suffering occurs when we think that we are in control. It's this creative dialogue through this secret language that the nature is always communing with us. We only have to slow down to start to learn that language and then work through our experience of time. I wish you a blessed new moon cycle. May you be honored with your truth. May you honor others with their truth. May we all be tolerant and love each other more. And may we continue to evolve. Take care.